Well, welcome back to the Atmospheric Cafeteria where I was making yogurt and cookies for the boys. And all of a sudden something's like, no, I need a reading. And it's been pounding me since yesterday to do one in the kitchen. And I don't like doing readings in the kitchen because it's just too close to the cellar. And not that I don't love my cellar. It's just my cellar can be a little bit temperamental. Be right back. Be right there. Oh my gosh. Was not prepared for this. Mighty Astaroth, please send your guidance and your wisdom in. Let my cards and eyes see and speak in clarity and truthfulness and honesty as we ask, so blessed be. And on the bottom we got the blank card. I'll stop. No. Ascension, forward movement, whatever. Okay, so what is... Okay, so what do we got? I didn't even shuffle cards. Ooh, hello, Spirit. Balancing my body, every moving tandem. Every step and step. So, there we are. Hello, Spirit that wants a sip of coffee. Y'all like the coffee. Y'all like the other stuff too. They tell me, I don't know if there's food on the other side. They just tell me that whatever's here, this like, there's some things they miss. So like, sometimes they like sit close while you sip coffee because they can like get the same feeling. Does that make sense to anyone? Maybe when you're sitting there having your coffee, you feel your mom or your trusted human or your parent or whomever. And it's just like you're sitting there going, you know, it's like they're sitting in me while I'm drinking my coffee, enjoying it with me. That's them. 100% that is them. I don't even know where my other cell phone is. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, it's right there. Okay. All right, I guess we're just going. Okay, so Spirit, what would you like me to know? I have no idea what's going on. I told them message has to get out. Yes, that bend is why I don't like to do that. That's on the bottom. We got the Devil reversed. Ten of Coins reversed. Helping Hands. And Three of Wands. So this feels urgent, and so what I'm going to actually do is sit here, and because I don't tend to do readings for myself, I don't tend to do readings for myself. It's not that I can't, it's just I can ask too many questions and I can be way too ADHD with it. So I watch readings for myself. I don't necessarily always do them for myself. So I'm going to ask Spirit, does this have anything to do with me? Because no. Okay, Good. I just needed to know that before we started, because, like, I just, like, my mirror is right there. Yes, my mirror is right there. Yes, the mirror is right here. You had me bring the mirror. And I brought the mirror. I've not used my mirror yet. And anything. And this is my mirror. Hope everybody can see everything. They did, like, not give me any time to get anything. Like, it was just, I sat down, it was rush, 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 get your ass out into the kitchen. Like, it was just like there is such a strong pull right here. Okay. Okay, 4 swords reversed on the top. Somebody's coming out of something. We got a 4 of swords reversed. Somebody's coming out of their rest. Excuse me, pardon me. Something feels like it's a dark night of the soul. Somebody is... Sorry about my tapping. Oh, wow. 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 Jesus Christ, Mary. Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph. Wow. All right. Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph. Excuse my language. Okay, so we're going to get to the rest of that in a minute. Someone's coming out of something. Someone's coming out of... yesterday I did a small reading on someone coming out of their 8 of Swords. For me, with swords, you have to go reverse. You never start out at your Ace of Swords. You start out at your 10 of Swords. When you're starting out in sorrow, you start at your 10 of Swords. It means you were at your King and Queen, and you fell, and at the Knight, you couldn't quite pick yourself up, and at the Page, you just couldn't pick yourself up, and you end up in the 10. Now, by the time you're ending up in the 10, that means that you've had some really significant emotional, I'm being told manipulation, I'm being told, trauma. By the time you've fallen from, because you've got to remember, the feeling of sexuality, the feeling of male and female is a Venn diagram. Personally, I feel very girl, except for this small little bit of me that is Han Solo, that loves to play with Hot Wheels and loves dinosaurs. But then we're also told that Han Solo is for boys, when in reality, Han Solo can be for anybody. So at the end of the day, I'm a girl. And sexuality is a Venn diagram. So when we're talking about being in your King of Swords and your Queen of Swords, basically what it means is that you're radiating between the two. So if you're in your King of Wands and your Queen of Wands, they're telling me, you're radiating between the two strengths of the King and the Queen, which means that at some point you need to have this emotional balance of the Queen, but then you need to have this emotional strength of the King, okay? Because there is no strength without emotion. There is no balance without emotion, which is very, very talked about on I put them in the complete wrong way. Thankfully, I was there. Yeah, because here's the King of Wands right there. There's a lot of balance. Because, yeah, this person, whatever this is, they had a really, really, really bad time. This is symbolizing to me a really bad marriage that threw them out of balance. Just completely threw them out of balance. And this has really, really sharpened what they think of people. This has sharpened what they think of relationships. This has sharpened everything. And they really and truly kind of like okay, so they want me to get back to that. So when you're a king and queen of wands, okay, you're planting, you're gardening, you're growing, and you're thriving, and you radiate between the two so that you can have the right emotional strength and the right strength of emotion, okay, because it's all a balance of strength of emotion and emotion of strength, okay. When you're in your swords and you're radiating, because we radiate between them all, okay, at the end of the day they're telling me we radiate between them all. We radiate between our king and queen of swords as we need to, our wands as we need to, our cups as we need to, and our coins. Because those are all of the emotions that we have. Those are all of the things that we can do. Those are all, those four suits are what it is to be a human. It's growing, it's knowledge, it's emotion, it's grounding, it's all of those things, okay? And they're telling me that when you are up in your royal spot and you're radiating between your strengths and your emotions as you need it, when you have a hard trauma like this, like someone in a marriage that throws you off balance to the point that you have a reversed queen of wands. Okay, so say you're an upright king of wands. Matter of fact, that's funny. What's underneath there? The star. Okay, when you have an upright king of wands, if you are paired with a reversed queen of wands, you are with a narcissist, okay? They're just going to fuck with you. And I don't know if this person is a narcissist. I just know that whatever happened, this person got really fucked over. They got really emotionally hurt, they're telling me. They got emotionally hurt to the point that they couldn't structurally figure out relationships or what they wanted. And this is the reason why I say we're always at our king and queen. We're always at our king and queen energy. It's when we get knocked back. Sometimes we get knocked back just enough to the knight, but then we can just charge forward as the knight. Sometimes we get knocked back to the page, and we really got to do some work to get back up in our energy and where we are. But sometimes we get knocked back down into our tens. And when you start backwards with your 10 of swords, you're starting in your most sorrowful position. And then you have to deal with that feeling of being stabbed in the back, and then you go down and you sit in your bed in the sorrows, and then you go into your cave of the 8 of wands and you grow and you learn and you change, if that is exactly what you choose to do, which is grow and learn and change, which you should always grow and learn and change, they're saying. And this person, and I want to say it's a divine masculine, but I'm going to say it's non-binary for whomever needs to hear this. If it resonates with your soul, it resonates with you. Let its soul resonate. Yeah, because this guy hasn't had a soul partner in a long time. This person has not had a soul tie in a very, very long time. This person's just kind of been flipping through the universe, they're saying. I mean, he has just been flipping through. He has not had anything to tie him down in a hot damn minute. Damn hot minute. What is that? I don't know. This accent is more than it normally is. But he is... he is emerging. He's emerging from his 4 of swords. And he is rebalancing the energy of the devil. I almost want to eat one of the dog's cookies. I'm a little hungry. I didn't eat anything and I brought all my food out there because I didn't know I was doing a reading. So I don't have a snack. Wait a minute. I am in the kitchen though. I get hungry when I do readings. That's why I try to eat beforehand. Yeah. Excuse me, it takes a lot of energy out of me. Excuse me for the burps, but somebody is trying to say something to someone. Somebody is trying to say the truth. Somebody's trying to get up their courage. Somebody's trying to say something. And it's like they get this lump and this burp in their throat. Excuse me, pardon me. Number 13 might be significant to someone. But this emperor. Oh God, that made my whole lower back hurt. When I said that, I was like, whoa. Martha must lean over. Hi, Ernie. He's like, listen, weren't we supposed to have like some cookie and some yogurt? Yes, Ernie. But even you knew the spirits were here, my little baby. My spirit wolf. So, now that I've, you know what, I think I need to sit down and just do a little explanation of how I see my 10, how I see my source, because I'm also thinking, I'm going to get out of my head. But this masculine is reversing this double energy, and it's not even that they're reversing the devil energy. The fact of the matter is this person is probably a bit of a devil. Okay? And by devil, I don't mean a bad thing. I just mean devil as in he's a character. He's, you know, he's just, he's not a bad person, is what I'm saying. Which is what makes all of this all the worse, is that this person isn't a bad person. They've just been hurt, and their idea of what things are supposed to be and look like have been kind of turned upside down and changed. And that's what Spirit says. It's this. He's not a bad guy, he's just a fun guy, and he's a bit of a devilish person. But you know, it's this devilish person that people think are devilish, and then they can like just kind of, oh, we can take advantage of him, don't worry, he'll get in trouble, he'll be fine with it, whatever. And in reality, this person's just like a really, really soft soul. Now, this person might, yeah, they're telling me this person was taken advantage of. Very heavily. Possibly monetarily. So they're very leery with their money. They don't want to give to everybody. They're not willing to be a bank. And that's fair. I mean, they're willing to have a helping hand. They're even willing to have a helping hand without, you know, they're even willing to ask without questions and turn away and not be repaid, but they don't want this. They don't want this. They don't want to feel like all of this, because this is upside down. This shows me somebody was greedy. This shows me that somebody is not greedy, and somebody likes to prepare and plan for their future. But whoever did this, Jesus Christ, they just put this guy into their Four of Swords. This poor gentleman was in their Four of Swords. Oh, you poor guy. That's terrible. This person shouldn't have done this to you. And yeah, it was a female. It was a female. Now, as I have said, take it how its soul resonates. But if you're listening to this, it was probably a woman that did this to you. And like I have said to many a cosmetologist, women are just as bad as men, okay? And I want you to stop and realize it's not all women. It's a group of humans who do this to people. It just happens to be a woman for you. For the people I've known, it just happens to be a guy. And for the gay guys, I know it's a gay guy. And for the gay ladies, I know it's a gay lady. Do you know the non-binaries? It's non-binary. So it's not a gender of human. It is a group of humans who have this outlook and this mindset, who think that they just want to, they don't think, they do want to take advantage of absolutely everybody and everything they possibly can, so that they can get everything that they need without working for it. But we all know there's a lot of self-pride in working for what you get. You know, yeah, it's nice to be given stuff, but it's also nice to know that you worked for it too. And that doesn't mean working to the point that you're killing yourself and not accepting help. It's just, it's a good thing to work for the stuff you need. Plain and simple, straight and narrow, along the path, okay? Where's my pen? Right here. There's your path. Now, you can be on the straight and narrow. It doesn't mean that over here you're not going to blow something up for fun. But you didn't get arrested, so you went back here. It doesn't mean that over here you're not going to do that crazy thing, but you came over here, you didn't get caught, okay? So each time you're learning a little lesson, and then each time you're like, okay, I need to be a little less crazy, but then we can be crazy out here and not get arrested because that was good, clean fun, right? And that's the thing. This person that's going on this straight and narrow path, they're working for what they're getting. They're not taking handouts. Might they get on social services sometimes? Sure. But you see how even if they get off the path a little bit, it's still coming around. They're still getting back on where they need to be, right? Some people, they just go over here because they don't want to be on this straight path. They don't want to work for these things, okay? Some people, some people, and I'm going to say this, some people can't work as straight and narrow because they just don't have it in them. Some people, they work like this. And what does that mean? It means they can do their job here, but they have to work like 25 hours rather than 40 because they need this part of themselves to be here. And if they work a 40-hour work week, they're out here, they're exhausted, they have nothing. But right here, if they're working 25 hours, they can go that straight and normal road, okay? But people who are out here who do this, who steal money and put people in their upright devil energy, because this guy's a good guy. He's just a reverse devil. He's a little bit of trouble, but a little bit of good trouble. I'm not saying he's not going to get arrested. I'm just saying he's not going to go to jail. He's going to chat up the cops and get off. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not saying he's a bad person. This isn't, okay, so I want to get this out straight. This may be like a local podunk who, like, they can chat up the cops and get out of it. But this is also the guy that's going to go to work the next day and he's going to bring home the money and he's going to be good to his kids and he's going to be fair. He's not a jackass. He just has the words to talk people out of arresting him or maybe killing themselves, or they're saying not smooth words to manipulate, but soothing words of healing. And that's who this gentleman is. He's a healer. And this person took great advantage of this healer, took advantage of everything, took advantage of his money, his mental health, his space, his time, his freedom, it all. Everything. Took advantage of it all. And this person saw. They saw that he was this generous and they took advantage of him. But that's the thing, he likes to be generous while looking away. He likes to do that. And this isn't generosity with strings attached. This is not generosity with strings attached. Okay? That's the thing. He doesn't do the strings attached. He doesn't do that at all. He doesn't like that. So if he's loaning you $20, he's loaning you $20, and if you give him that $20 back, great. But if you don't, that's fine too. That doesn't mean that he won't expect it back from the people that he expects it back from. And they're saying if they don't repay him, he doesn't think any less. He just doesn't loan them out money anymore. And I keep seeing the bottom loader, take that as you want. But the bottom drawer, bottom loader of my the bottom loader of my dishwasher? No, the bottom loader of my washer, which makes no sense. So whoever that makes sense to, can you let me know? Thank you. It has been 3 days of me saying things that make absolutely no sense, and me asking people and them saying, oh yeah, it's this, 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 and this. Had a past life memory, sent a message down to a friend and said, listen, what are these vines I'm seeing? And she shows me pictures, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I have a top loader, and I have a front loader, and it's sitting on top of one of those big, huge things with a drawer. I keep seeing that drawer open, and I keep seeing kittens in it. So I don't know if that's for me or for you guys, but, maybe pay attention of kittens in the washer, animals next to the washer, children in the washer and the dryer, or actually, even if you have a drawer, maybe you have a kitten or something small, or like a small dog. They're showing me those dogs that are about the size of this card, and they're saying, just make sure when you go to put the washer in and you go to close that, open it up, whatever's in there, rifle through it, and make sure that there isn't something in there. Now, they're also showing me a rat. Maybe you have pet rats and you lost a rat or a mouse or a hamster or something like that. Whew, I'm getting a wicked hot flash now. Whoo, woofty. Oh, hello, Dolly. Someone plant me in a snowbank. Hello, Spirit. This is rich and royal and wonderful. Okay, so they're showing me that this man has been sitting in his Four of Swords. He has been... Oh, God. He's been sitting in his Four of Swords, but he's ready to come out of that now. Yep. Yep. And yes, I do know what the reverse Four of Swords means, but for me, when the swords are upright, it means you need to take a time of rest. And for me, when the swords are like this, it means that the 3 swords are falling out and you're being left with your 1 sword. You've rested long enough. It's time to go into your 3 of Swords. It's time to take a look there so that you can go into your 2 of Swords and become unblinded, so you can have the achievement of your 1 of Swords, so you can charge through. Because once you've got your 1 swords and you're not being stabbed by 10, then you can go down into your Queen energy. And when you go down into your Queen energy, you relearn how to be soft. You relearn how to be gentle, and you relearn how to not take the bullshit. And that's really, really important when you're recovering from things, because that dip down with your 1 sword into the Queen, that's where you're finding your softness. That's where all of this comes together, and we sit here in our Hierophant and we just kind of sit and contemplate. But we're not in our 8 of Swords anymore. We're out in public. We're not sitting in our 4 of Swords anymore. We're kind of out in public. Maybe not out as in public as people think, but right now, love and the sun are just kind of upside down, but yet at the same time, there's still a love that wants to be there. But this love, you remember, the lovers is a choice. The lovers can mean love, but at the end of the day, we all know that the real lovers card is the 2 of Cups. The lovers in general is a choice. What choice do you want? What path are you going down? You're going down the path. Here's a rose. Is this still the same rose? Is this rose still good enough? It was good enough for you back there. Is it good enough for you up here at the part of the road where we meet together? Because back there, you were fine. Up here at the front of this road, you're not. And this rose is no longer good enough for you. And you're just looking away like, that thing again? And he doesn't want that. He gave the choices, and those choices were never good enough. So for him, this has to be upside down. And the problem is that he does really want this. He does really want this. Fuck my life. Fuck! Just stop giggling, Spirit. Just for the love of Jiminy fucking crickets. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Alright. I guess everybody Everybody gets a lesson in their own time. All right, just chill. Where are you? Because I know you're here. Yeah, I know you're right there, aren't you? Yeah. See, that's her. She did that. She took him and took that, ruined this thought for him forever, tipped him upside down. Choices were never good enough. Her. And she saw this. And she saw that he would look away with it. And she's the reason why he was in his swords. She's the reason why he stopped trusting any of towers, but our devil isn't upright anymore. Our devil is upside down now. Our devil is getting back to where he needs to be himself. He is more cautious with his money and the people that are around him. Not that he's not going to share the wealth, man, but hey, he is going to be more crawfish, take that as you want. He's doesn't want this. Doesn't want that. But he does want this terribly so. He just doesn't want to be out of balance again because of something that someone else has done to him. There it is. You know? He needs the sun upright. He needs the sun upright to be the sun shining down to help him be strong. You know, to help him plant these things, to move forward. You know, I mean, this is what he wants. He wants the lovers. But he doesn't want this lovers. This lovers is the card of ultimatums in this reading. This is the card of, well, which road are we going down? He's already had that. He wants this one. He wants this one where both people have strength. He wants a tower that doesn't hurt. He wants a tower that when you're falling out of the tower, you can fall hand in hand. You want a good tower, and I feel like he's done this for a long time. He's searched, and not searched. He hasn't searched. He's searched his soul. He sat in the library, maybe even the Akashic Library. A library of books. I see filing cabinets and books in blue and like glitter. Like, so I'm thinking maybe he has meditated and sat some time in the Akashic Library reviewing things. Now, when I'm saying this, reviewing things, so I am the kind of oracle that I counsel spirit in their review. And I counsel humans as they are going along their life plans and making decisions. You know, some people, they give you closure with a family member. Yeah, I can do that. But I'm here to help you on your life path and help you make the wisest decisions for yourself, because I can't make your decisions for you. Okay? And that is a lot of what the Lovers is. It's paths. Which path do you choose? Which path do you want? Where are you going with your long face coming down? Don't hide away. Okay? And that's what this man has done. He has sat there, and whether he has meditated and reviewed, it tells me he has meditated and reviewed in the Akashic files while he's sleeping, because you can meditate while you sleep, and that they show me that he does a lot of meditative sleeping, might even say words in his sleep, like burble and gurgle. Reggie. So you see what I'm saying? So there is a lot of lower back. What is that? Is that Kundalini? I have got to look that stuff up. Because seriously, between that chakra and the throat chakra, I don't know enough about the chakras. Oh, we're all doing downward dog. Hello, Ernesto. Do I get to kisses? No kisses. Thank you, sir. Stepping into spirit. Oh, spirit comes with me. But they show me that he has been doing a lot of soul searching and a lot of studying, because he's tired of this. He really wants this. Okay. Hi, Douglas Arthur. Hold on, I gotta take something out because they're telling me to. Like, huh, they're telling me to, but who's to say where exactly it is? It's right there. Okay, so for me, take out the Emperor. Sorry, Emperor, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to smack you. I apologize for that. No one smacks the Emperor. I apologize. So here is the Emperor, and the Emperor has been sitting in the Hierophant, which means he's been sitting in the library and he's been learning and discovering. Because the Emperor can no longer ever be with an Empress. The Empress is basically the Queen of Wands reversed, okay? She is a awful, horrible human. Garbage. Also, because of the work I do with spirit, that's why I know if you're listening to this, you're listening to this to better yourself. You're listening to this for a reason. So this will resonate with your soul, especially if you're still here after all of us. So listen, if y'all pay attention to me and all of my ADHD, I send you all so very, very many blessings. So very, very many blessings for putting up with me. So, yeah, this Emperor, he's been in, they're telling me he's been in hiding, but it's not like he's really been in hiding. He's been in internal hiding of his soul. He's been doing the dark night of the soul. He's been doing the dark night inner work. He hasn't really shown people on the outside, but the people who love him know, because they see the strength. Okay? Because right now, we're going to leave that over there. I'll pick this stuff up here. Right now, the Emperor has been sitting, and he, as I've said, he's been doing the soul work. He's been doing the dark night of the shadow. He's been doing the things that help him to gather strength, and in the gathering of this strength this whole time has been this Two of Cups. Now, as I have previously said, the Two of Cups is the Lovers. 2 is the symbol of union. 2 plus 9 equals 11. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 is union. Okay? 2 is union. 9 means great changes, big, giant shifts and change. So a union is a giant shift and change between two people, 1 and 1, 11. And when you bring those two together, you have 2, which is union. And this is almost kind of want to say something this person was not thinking that they were going to want again. They were just like, let's just date around, because even though I may secretly want this, I would rather have my peace and keep my strength. Because he really needs this balance. And he likes his devil energy. And this is the thing you gotta understand, is this Emperor really is the reverse devil underneath. He looks all cute and handsome and charming on the outside, but damn, this devil is cute. I mean, this is the kind of devil that protects you instead of hurts you. He's the kind of devil that lifts you into your Empress. Where is it? Yeah, they gave me all the cards I need to divine with. I love it. Yeah, he wants somebody that he can give a helping hand to and lift up. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for his Queen of Wands. He's looking for that fertility, that motherness. And by fertility, I don't mean getting pregnant or starting a family, but by being fertile, starting a relationship. Because you have to remember, you have to have fertile ground to start a relationship. You have to want this, and you have to have this, and you have to be sitting there in the Hierophant. And on some level, you also have to, you know, when you're sitting here doing the Hierophant, on some level, you're going to end up sitting in your own judgment, and you're going to end up, I don't know why I thought the sun was the star. I don't know why I thought that. No, because that's a Ten of Swords. Wait, what? No, it's the Nine of Swords. Okay. Yeah, and we're past our Nine of Swords. We have left our Four of Swords, and we're on the way to our threes. We've got Wands for forward movement. But yeah, at some point, he's got to sit here and recollect on himself and all the things that he's done. And like I say, every time you get out of a relationship, you have to step back and ask what you did wrong. If you're in an abusive relationship, obviously you probably didn't do anything wrong, but you're going to step back and ask that anyway. And all you can do is say, well, I didn't put the soup cans the right way. And if that's the only thing you did wrong, that's not a reason to be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of wait and go, yeah, I didn't put the soup cans the right way, but that's just an absolute impractical thing to ask me to do. And I am thinking of sleeping with the enemy. So anybody out there, if you're sitting there trying to go, well, what is my fault and what isn't my fault? Watch that movie and you will see it's not your fault if you didn't do something that he directed you to do because his OCD tells you, and then you... I have actually, if you're listening to this, I'm being directed towards a reading I did for a Divine Masculine. I'm going to give trigger warnings now. It does involve domestic violence, and it does involve hurting oneself. So if you feel drawn to that, just take a look down. It'll say TW for trigger warning, and if you need to watch that, watch that. Because there is a set of men out there who are devils in the upright, who are sitting in their Emperor, who are sitting in the Hierophant, who they're not sitting in judgment. I get a real sick stomach when I say this, but they're sitting in the reality of the abuse that they give to people, and they're stopping and they're realizing their own actions, and they're trying to sit in their own judgment to stop this pattern of behavior and abuse, because these are the men I was talking to in that video. They're seeing it. They're seeing that they're hurting people. They're conscious to the fact of their own abuse towards other people. That's the best way to put it. They're conscious of their own abuse towards other people. And that is what that reading is about. So if you are someone who is there, go check that out. You don't have to go all the way through it. You might just get what you need in the first one or the second one. But I feel very drawn to tell you that because I know that that's there for someone. Like I say, if you're here to learn. You're here to review your life path and where you're going next, because that is what I do. That is my gift. That is the oracle I am. And this is what this masculine is doing. And he wants to be the helping hand, but he doesn't want to be taken advantage of. You know, he wants to give this help. He doesn't want to be taken advantage of. And you know, the 10 of coins, yes, it is monetary. But sometimes when you're talking about things that are monetary and can be used as money, this can mean many different things. Monetary as in love. He wants to reciprocally give love. He wants this relationship right here, this lovers with these giving, these helping hands, these one hand washes another. He just doesn't want this. He doesn't want the reverse empress. He doesn't want him to be taken advantage of again, and he doesn't want everything else around him to be taken advantage of. He's sitting in high reflection because he is at a point where he realizes that he thinks he has enough strength to move into love again, to see the sun again, to plant his being told to take the Empress away. She's no longer a problem. The change, the reverse tower into goodness. But he is healing and he is moving towards that. There may be somebody out there listening to this that just needs to know this. There might be somebody out there that understands this dynamic and they just need to hear that he's healing. Now, this is not somebody that you're necessarily going to have a love interest with. This might just be a friend. This might just be... Or this might be the divine masculine that hasn't come to you yet, and you're wondering if your divine masculine that will come to you is healing, or if he is healed. He is on his way to healing. But remember, nobody is ever completely healed together when they meet. Nobody is ever completely... I mean, my God, it's like saying that everybody is perfectly functionally ready for children. I promise you it's not. Just watch A Baby Story. There was one baby story I was watching. They're like, yeah, we're ready, we're ready. They handed that child into that man's arms. He was like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, you could see it on his face. They put it in his wife's arms, who's just had the baby. And she's like, I don't know what to do with this. Because that's what it's like. You're all excited. And then the day comes, and the baby is pushed out, and it's crying, and they hand it to you, and you go, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? What the hell is this? And they're telling me this is what this love is going to be like for this new guy that comes in. Because it's not the lovers. And that's what's going to fuck him up, man. It's not the lovers. He's not doing the lovers. He's doing the Two of Cups. Oh my God, Spirit, you're funny. He's doing the Two of Cups, which is what he wanted the whole time. Because he's tired of the ultimatum. He's tired of the choices. He wants the gal that looks at him and he says... So Taco Bell tonight, eh? Yeah, Taco Bell sounds good. Okay, yeah. Instead of, Taco Bell for a 5th night in a row. Don't you ever eat anything different? My hand like burned on that. So someone, wow. Someone significant other was having a fucking hissy fit because all they do is repetitively eat. And I'm going to tell you what, if you have autism or you have ADHD, there's a lot of repetitive eating, especially if you have texture issues, and go fuck off with yourself if you have a problem with that with somebody that you love. Now, my personal feeling on that, because that was not my personal feeling on that, is yes, this is something that happens and you have to accept that about that person. And in the course of the relationship, they can see you eating other textures and then come to you and go, hey, I might try that cabbage. That happened to me in a relationship. He's like, I don't like cabbage. I'm like, okay, when you want to try some, let me know. The man would eat egg rolls, but when I he'd eat bok choy in lo mein, but when I had an egg roll, he's like, well, I'm going to try the egg roll, and he tried it, and he's like, okay, yeah, officially, I do not like cabbage. But he'll eat it in the lo mein. So everybody has their moment in time when they're going to eat something, and everybody has their moment in time when they're going to try something, and you as a supportive spouse or supportive partner, now this is going to be no matter what sex you are, it's up to you to be supportive and go, okay, you don't like spinach, but I do. I'm going to make myself a side of spinach. Now, if it's the kind of thing where they're like, listen, I can't even stand the smell in the house, then you give up spinach or this is not the relationship for you. That's literally how easy it is. I do like it when spirit rushes through. Because I promise you, these are not all my opinions. That was not all my opinions. But to be very honest, that would be how my brain would think. It's just not how I would articulate it out. Thank you, Spirit. But yeah, my hand burned on that. He doesn't want this. He doesn't want the ultimatums. He doesn't want to have to sit there and go and stretch along the road going, hey, I got you that rose you asked for. Thank you, throw it over. And of course, she's just leaving the rose there because she doesn't actually care. She doesn't want to walk. Okay, this woman didn't want to walk across the road to get the rose the man threw into the road for her. The rose that she fucking asked for. I want that Paul McCartney rose. You know, that special one, those. I've got them for you. Okay, I'll take it. All right, come and get it. Reach your arm out, reach your arm out, reach your arm out. And rather than reaching her arm out, she just stood there like a... And he threw that rose to her. He thought it was her hand. It was the road. And she didn't care enough to walk into the road to get it. And when finally they get to that part of the road where they can fully see each other, okay? Fully see. He can fully see who this person is now. And he hands her that rose. She doesn't even bother because it's just not good enough. It's the same old roses he's been throwing at her feet this whole time. And they were never good enough to begin with. And they're not good enough here on this path. Okay? They're not good enough here on this path. And this is the path he's refusing. He is refusing the path. This path. He doesn't want this. I mean, yeah, 6 is the number of balance, and the lovers is the lovers, but the lovers is also a choice. The lovers can also mean the wrong love. The lovers can also mean lovers that give you ultimatums and make you, well, if you do this for me, I'll do that for you. You asked me to pick up the kids from school. Well, if you do this for me, I'll pick up the kids from school. No, they're your kids too. You pick up the kids from school because I'm at work and I can't do that for you, and don't give me an ultimatum. Happened with my first husband. He gave me one ultimatum after I asked him to do something, and I looked at him and I said, don't give me ultimatums. You won't win. And it's true. It's true. And this emperor, this devil, he's tired. He's no longer doing this. This does not give him strength. This gives him anxiety. Just the thought of this gives him anxiety. So we put that over there with her because she made her choices over there to be a greedy bitch. What he wants is this. This is a tie. They're telling me it's a... I feel you in my left hand. I have to select the right words because it's not the right word in my head. They're telling me it's like, okay, they're telling me it's a good karmic tie. Not the karmic tie where dharmic. It's a dharma. It's not a love where you go in and you have to learn how to be hurt. It's the love where you go in and you learn how not to be hurt. It's that kind of karma. It's the karma where you come in. It's the karma and the dharma where they say they're telling me not dharma, they're telling me karma. It's the karma where you come in, and rather than having to learn how to be heartbroken, you're learning how to be healed, learning how to be unbroken hearted, learning how to be unbroken. They're telling me, they're showing me like these two hearts, these two souls come together and they become unbroken because they're doing the Two of Cups instead of the Lovers, because they show me the Empress now. But the Empress upright. This might make sense to some people, so I'm going to say it. They're telling me the words universal tie. There's a word. This is a bond that can't be broken. This is a tie. I'm being told this goes beyond the universe. This goes beyond the universe. This goes beyond anything that God... This is like two gods got together. This card is of two gods who get together and have a life on earth. I gotta put the coffee down before I feel like I'm gonna pass out right now. What I was just told is that the Two of Cups is the Lovers is the card of people who have to learn to love. You're coming down here into this earth. You have to learn to love. You're going to get the Lovers because you have to go down the road. Now, as I said before, this man was throwing these roses that she was asking for, and she was too lazy, not even lazy, she was too much of an awful human to go across the road and pick them up. That's meeting halfway. Now, some people can say that maybe he should have just gone into the middle of the road, but the fact of the matter is they both should have walked into the middle of the road, and that's where he should have handed her that. But this was never going to be on equal footing because he was the only person in love, and she was not. She was never going to be in love with him. That's why he had to throw the roses at her to catch, and that's why she says, "Oh, I'm tired of these roses you're throwing at my feet." You hear that? You hear what I just said? You're throwing these roses at my feet. I didn't throw these roses at your feet. You didn't pick these roses up when I handed them to you, so I dropped them where they were. I didn't bow down to you. You made the choice not to take the offer. So when she looks at you and says, "You threw all these roses at my feet," she ignores the fact that she refused to take them. It's called gaslighting. And this is one of those things you learn on the path of the Lovers. Doesn't matter if you're a god or not, they say everyone has to learn. Even the gods, when they come down and they're reborn, they still have to learn these lessons. It's what they have to learn. Are we really doing another divine lesson? No, just a little one right here. Okay. No, because this is for our very hurt male, our very beautifully hurt masculine. You're a very, very beautiful, kind, sweet soul. But you are a god among gods, and when I say this, do not let that go to your head, because at the end of the day, you know that whether you're psychic, clairvoyant, maybe you are really good at your skill of what you do, maybe you're actually one of the best in your field, actually. You know that, but you also don't let it go to your head because you know you're a fallible human. And this is what attracted you to this reverse Empress. This is what attracted you to this Empress, was the fact that you had this clarity of mind and you understood these things. Like, you understood how to do these things, and they wanted to take advantage of that. They wanted to use that. They wanted to touch that part of harmony in your soul, and they wanted to dip their finger in and destroy it. And maybe this was something that this God reborn on earth was supposed to learn. Or maybe this God on earth made a hasty decision to be reborn at the wrong time to the wrong parents, and I don't know what you did. What'd you do, Lovey? What did you do? What did you do, my babies? Telling ya. This shit, man. But yeah, okay. So yeah, this is done. There's unless this masculine makes just the dumbest ass mistake, hi, they're telling me he better not. Because he's a god who's about to be reunited with a goddess. And the Two of Cups is the card of actual love. And you only receive this card when you are the god and goddess. When you are the people who have gotten to the point where you don't want the road. You want to meet in the middle of the road. And you're not worried if a giant lion vulture is going to take you. Because you got 2 cups to beat him off with. And let's face it, together you can tame that. Because this is what true, actual unity is. And we have to remember, drinking pug, that the lovers is a thing, okay? Love is a thing. Love is an emotion. It's a feeling. It's something that when you haven't felt enough love growing up, you will use love, you will use sex as love, you will use things as love, and you will not understand what real love is. This is not real love. This is the sharing of 2 cups. Now, oh wow, that is kind of what I always say, isn't it? You know, the fact of the matter is, you know, in Buddhism they say the cup is not half full. And the cup is not half empty, the cup is refillable. And that's the point of these 2 cups, is they're always going to be able to refill each other's cups, because you see there's a cup on top and there's a cup on the bottom. So when the cup on one side is drained, she can turn it right side up and it will automatically, the water will flow up in, and there you go, okay? And the same thing with him. When she doesn't have enough water in, he can pour a little of his water into hers and they can be balanced again. And that's the point of this. The point of real love, the point of real marriage isn't love, it's like. And these 2 people like each other. These 2 people love each other, and they're feeling a feeling and an emotion. They're feeling sex. They're feeling a strong attraction. They're Twitter-pated. And Twitter-pation is when you have those really strong feelings. Like, okay, so you meet a new guy or a girl or a new they, them, and you're like, oh my God, I like them, oh my God. Buddy, did you see this person? Oh my God. And you're freaking out. And it's like, oh. And after a couple months, you're like, I love them. But you don't actually love them. You just have this great feeling of emotion welling up that feels like love. It feels like love. And you can't say it's love, because even though that is love, you have to like that person first. And at one point, at the beginning of the path, when you're standing across from each other, you realize that you like each other. And then you go down the path, and little by little, as you're going down the path, you come here and you realize that, you know, really like each other. Because it's not about love, it's about like. You have to like someone to want to spend 5 years with them, 10, 20, 30, 40. If you don't like that person, there's not a relationship. You can love them, you know, you love your friends, but how many friends do we let go no matter how much we loved them? It can't be about love. It has to be about like. And for these people, it was just about like. I mean, it was just about love. It was just about the emotion of the feeling of love. When you go into the emotion and the truthful feeling of like, what ends up happening is a deeper connection where not only do you like this person, but you like these things they do. You like how when they fix your cereal and maybe they put bananas on top, they put bananas in just a certain way that makes you happy. So you get like maybe they put like your cereal. There's somebody showing me like they put cereal in like I'm seeing cornflakes. For me, it would be Rice Krispies, but then they're chopping up the bananas, so there's like a layer, and then they put another layer of cereal, and then more bananas on top, a little sprinkle of sugar in between each one, and then they're pouring the milk into it, and you love that because you get a banana in every bite. The corn flakes are making you so freaking happy because you like how this person did it. And you know what? This person liked you enough to do it. This person doesn't. This person loves you enough to buy some cereal that you like. You had a hard day at work. They don't love you enough to make a bowl of cereal for you or to even ask. This person said, hey, you need me to make your cereal tonight? And you said, nah, I got it. Or, yeah, I had a rough day. Give me about half an hour in the shower. Can you make me a real quick bowl of cereal? Nothing too big. And this person, when you come home from work, will do the same thing. If you're a stay-at-home mom, they'll come home and they'll make sure that you have some time in, whether it's your she shed in the backyard, your bedroom upstairs, wherever your private space is, whether it's doing the dishes with no children in the room or dogs or cats in the room, because tell you, I get that one. This is what that person is going to do because they don't just love you, they like you. And in order to be in love and in like and to have a successful union, you have to have both of these, but you have to start here. And you have to graduate into here because both of these together are love and like. That's what it is. And that's what this masculine wants. He doesn't want this separation anymore. He doesn't want this road. He already knows the road he wants. He's ready to meet someone in the middle. And it's not like you don't have to get to know him. It's not like it's going to be, oh, we're in the middle, let's get married. No, there's still an amount of time of walking down the middle of this road. But the fact of the matter is it feels like the next person he meets is just going to meet him in the middle of the road because they want to. And that's what creates the Two of Cups. That's what creates this God and Goddess love. That's, I mean, at the end of the day, if we look, you see how we have our line? I don't think this is a catechist. That's a catechist. I think it is. You see how the catechist intertwines? That is the human relationship. When this person and this person come together and they clink their cups, they become this catechist. They become that DNA swirled together where it goes like this. And that is your relationship. And you swim. It's like in that song. There's a part in Love is Like a Butterfly where, and I don't think I can sing it, where she goes, love is, oh God, no, it's going to be off key. Love is like a butterfly. Love it. That's awful. But it's just the way that she puts it. Love is like a butterfly. That's love. It's those, and in between those soft moments where she's going, that's where you're dipping down in. And then flying back up. And she's dipping down in and flying back up. And you're dipping down in and you're flying together. And when you're dipping down in, you're dipping down into each other's essence and coming back up. And then dipping down into each other's essence. And then coming back up. And then dipping down. And it creates this balance. And it creates this knowing of you now know this person. And you now know that they weren't feeling too good yesterday. I'm going to the grocery store today. I'm going to pick them up a ginger ale. That's going down the road and meeting halfway and understanding what's going on. Which brings you into this Lovers. Hold on. No idea what that was about. Some little barking doggies. Over an hour. So yeah, that's what this is. Okay, once these two cups come together, Because this is the thing that people don't realize, and this is the thing that abusive people will never do for you in any relationship. I'm going to tell you that right now. An abusive person in any relationship will not be 50-50 with you. Let me rephrase that. No relationship is 50-50. Every relationship is 100-100, okay? You see these cups? The reason why this is the true lover's card is because these two cups, they're going to put them together. This body is one cup. This body is another cup. And when you put these two bodies together, you have this guy here. And that is your union cup. Each person puts 100% of themselves into the union cup. And when the union cup starts to go down, that's when his cup is filling a little bit of hers. Or her cup is filling a little bit of his. And it balances out. If you're only putting 50% of yourself in, you're never up here. You're only down here. And you've always only got 50%. Which means that when somebody gets cancer, everything falls. But if everybody is pouring 100% of themselves in, that's equal give and take. No one is taking advantage of the other person. So when someone gets cancer, we're up here and we can get down here together. We can balance ourselves together. We can get through it and we can get back up there. And we can ebb and flow together because we're constantly pouring a little from our cup into the other person's. It's an ebb and flow. That's the real God and Goddess relationship right there. Not this. Look how ugly that is. No offense, card. You're not actually ugly. It's just, it looks like torturous birth where this just looks like beautiful union. This is what he wants. This is what this divine male wants because he's tired of this. He's just really done with this bullshit behavior. And I'm going to tell you, masculines, it's not just you. It's not just you. The divine feminine is super tired of it too. So I want you to know that, as I say, this is a group of humans, okay? This is a group of humans. So beautiful male, when you're looking at these women, when you're looking at other people you're attracted to, I want you to realize that it's not all women, it's that group of humans. And I want you to look at your own friend group, and I want you to notice, or not even your friends, because probably you don't necessarily have friends like this, and if you do, you know, get them the hell out of Dodge. You deserve better. Better friends than that. Let me tell you what. You deserve a support group, man. You deserve a support group, and a good support group you can trust. Every man does. Yep. Every King of Wands. There's the star. Yep. Every King of Wands needs a star. The star and the lovers. But yeah, it's not every woman. And the moment that you get that out of your head, the moment that you stop thinking that, the moment, and this goes for you too, ladies, if you're here and listening, and if this is resonating with you, ladies, because this might resonate with some ladies too. It's step back and look at the people that you're dating, and ask yourself, do I have a pattern? And if you have a pattern, ask yourself how to get out of the pattern. Because getting out of the pattern is literally what makes the Emperor sit in the Hierophant. Getting out of that pattern, stepping back, looking at the people that they like, realizing the patterns of those people, getting to know someone new, realizing, God, they don't fit any of those patterns, and I'm terrified because they should be asking me for money and they're not. Or, you know, they should be asking me to whatever, pick up their kids or buy them groceries, or what is it that she needs me to do for her and she's not asking you. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel a little dysregulating. And that's why he is sitting here in study hall, basically gaining his strength, looking at this lion and asking this lion, do we have this in us again? I am a god. Do I have this in me? Is that goddess out there? And dear sweet God, I am telling you, your goddess is out there for you. And she is just as hurt as you are, and she's waiting for you. She is waiting for you, and she's just going to give you strength. Like, all I see is this. Like, I see the union, and then I see, like, strength like that. And any towers with her are going to be good towers. Not that there aren't going to be bad towers. There's always going to be bad towers. But in this, it tells me that, yes, there's going to be bad towers. There's always going to be bad towers, but for the two of you, you're going to try to treat them as good towers. You're going to try, you know, the tower just turned upside down. You're going to literally take each other's hands. It's that song, I'll climb up top your ivory tower. I'll take your hand and then we'll jump right down. Forever falling. And that's okay. 'Cause I'll be with you. I just want to know, will you let me see beneath your beautiful? Because he's let people see beneath his beautiful, and he's gotten burned, and he's gotten really hurt. He doesn't want to be hurt anymore. He just wants people to see as beautiful and be loved for it. Just be loved for who he is underneath and not for what's on top of him. Because he likes this planting. He likes the change. He likes this balance. He really does. Good human. Like, he's a good guy. Yeah, see there? He's coming into his Two of Swords. He did a real skip over that Three of Swords, didn't he? Yep. He did. He did a real skip over that Three of Swords to get right down into that Two of Swords because he wants that blindfold off. He wants to know. And I love the Two of Swords. I know that sounds silly, but the one thing I like about the Two of Swords is that for me, the Two of Swords, yes, you can be blind and not and be thrashing your swords and be chaotic and not know where you are, but there's also this real beautiful balance, this Electra sort of balance where you stop and you take notice of the things around you, which gives you the sight you need to be able to put that sword where you need it to. You know, it's the healing part of the Two of Swords that brings you down to your one sword, and that's exactly where he's going down, is into his one sword, so he can re-examine his queen. And to be very honest, I almost want to say he really is cutting through that Two of Swords, getting into that one, into the queen, because he's really tired of feeling this way, and he just wants his emotions back. He wants himself back. He wants who he is back. He does. He is. And he's planning. He's progressing. And he is happy. He's emotional. Anything else, Spirit? Or have I covered it all? I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have no idea what I covered. I mean, I do, but it's one of those things that, like, Spirit moves through, and then afterwards it's kind of like, yeah, you're releasing your burdens. You're releasing these burdens that were holding you back from this Two of Cups. Yeah. And they're telling me not only, because here's your Page of Swords. You've marched into the Page of Swords, which means that not only do you have your one sword, but you've gained some strength with this Page of Swords. Oh, wow. The world. Oh! Oh. Oh. Seriously, guys, seriously. The World, the Magician, and the Six of Wands. There's victory for you. You got victory in this, my friend. You got victory in this, and you're going to get the world because they're telling me you're ready to do the work and you want to do the work. So if you're listening to this, you are a man who is ready and willing to do the work, which is the reason why, and they're making me tongue twisted now, they may, or you may feel attracted to going back to the one that has trigger warnings so that you can hear what that spirit said, because that spirit had a message for men who are realizing in the moment that they are complicit in their abuse. Is that the right word? I'm unsure. But that's what they tell me. There's a very important message for you in there about recovery. And it's not from necessarily a spirit, which is at the time what I thought it was. It's not. It's a collective group of men working through their own abuse towards other people. And that was a message for men who are healing. And whoop, everything's falling. Yeah, judgment fell. Yeah, because once you fix yourself, no one can judge you, can they? Only you. You're the only person that can ever really judge yourself, right? Just don't judge yourself too harshly. Because, yeah, see? That Page of Swords cut through everything. He got that one sword. He went right through the 2. He got the 1. He ran back up with his 1 sword, charged through to the 10, and went back to the page so he could just go to the knight, the king, and the queen and be there. You know, it's okay to do it that way. It's also okay to do it the other way too. You know, that's true too. There is that idea of charging up through into your page, your knight, and your king, and then going into the softness of your queen. You see, that's the difference between that. That could be the masculine and the feminine too. But yes, at the end of the day, you are going to have victory, you are going to have the world, and you are going to have magic. And this magician is, of course, going to match the Hierophant with, you see there is your cup. Your cup. You're filling your cup with your own magic. And it's only in filling your cup with your own magic that you can meet this person. Because remember, this person has to have their own magician on their side to come and meet you. They have to be as ready as you are. So this is just your side. Their side already has the magician there. They're already ready to, you know. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's a broken human slowly healing. Because sometimes humans just really aren't great people. But they're telling me you're going to have the world in victory. And they're telling me that this love is going to be good for you and release a lot of your burdens. You're going to choose not to go down the road. You're going to choose to go into the road. You're not going to stand on the grass picking the flowers anymore. You're getting in the road and going, okay, buddy, what do we got going on here? Who are you? Let me meet you. And you're going to be real and you're going to be you, because nobody can, I mean, come on, you got to be full throttle you. I mean, what's the point of not being you? What's the point of walking into a relationship and trying to hide who you are? You do that, then you just got to pretend who you are until they get comfortable with you, and then they find out who you really are, and then they don't like you because they like the person they fell in love with. They like the person that you were pretending to be because that was the person they wanted to be. So you always have to put yourself out fully, because you don't want to be pretending, because that just causes lots of towers. That just takes away people's strength. That just is a lie. And no one should start a lie in a relationship, okay? No one should start a relationship in a lie. So, dear sweet love, your end result, my sweet divine masculine, is you are gathering your strength. You're gathering your strength so much, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so fucking proud of you. You have done such good shadow work. I don't know if anybody's told you that they're proud of you, but I'm proud of you. You know, we need to tell our men that we're more proud of them, because they deserve to hear it too. Men are allowed to be emotional, because without that emotion, men can't control their strength appropriately. It's all emotion and strength and emotion. It's knowing where your Venn diagram of strength and emotion are and compensating for it. It's knowing that my emotion is here and I could rip this apart, but this is my child's toy and they love it, and so I need to have more couth as I step on a Lego and want to scream my full head off, take all the Legos, throw them in the trash, and then make my child cry. You have to have emotional strength there to go, God damn it, motherfucking fucking goddamn Lego. Let's just pick these up. You know, you walk away for 5 seconds, get your foot feeling better. You come back and you pick up the Legos. You sit down, have a talk. Nobody gets to play with Legos for a week. You know, that's emotional strength. That's strength and emotion right there. And that's what, as a Venn diagram of humans, we really and truly do need to learn as a species, because that is like the most important thing to learn, because without that, you end up being overly strong and overly emotional. You're not balancing the two. And I'll tell you, as a cosmetologist, I have never seen anyone more upset, no offense men, than men when they get a bad haircut. Now, there's 2 reasons. One, it takes longer for it to grow out for them than it does for women with longer hair. And yes, women, I know it's upsetting when it gets cut a half an inch, but we all know the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is about a week or 2. In a week or 2, your hair is going to grow out. For a man, they're going to be living with that nick in the side of their head, okay? If this is their ear and there is a gouge here, they're living with that for 6 weeks. They're going to look like an idiot. And that makes them very emotional, because men have to look perfect. And if you're a woman listening to this and you're going, yeah, that's me too, why should I have pity for them? I have to feel that way. What did you just say? Think about what you just said. Because it's the same for men too. It's just the dynamic is a little bit different because they have different hormones. Because they're men. Because there's always going to be differences between every single human. It's not an alpha male thing. It's not an alpha woman thing. Because I promise you, we don't take after the alpha wolf test. We take after the ape primate test. And the ape primate test is just greed. Okay? The wolf experiment. Okay, the alpha wolf. This is why it's not realistic to humans. Also, those are just narcissistic, possessive men. Those are just abusive men who want to own people, okay? The real alpha wolf experiment is basically like the bridge of Star Trek. Whoever's in charge that leaves the bridge, the next person is in charge. When the next person that's higher than them comes up, that person takes over. With the ape experiment, which is what we prove to be more real, what that experiment says is that when apes get up, they go out and they hunt and gather. So the scientists said, well, what if they get up and the food is already there? The gorilla in charge ate all the food and wouldn't let anybody have any, and nobody went out to hunt and gather. That is what alpha men do. They are the primate example, not the wolf example. So these are very important things to remember, because this reading is not for an alpha male. Unless you're an alpha male realizing that you're actually a primate. That you can't treat women like that, that you can't. But at the end of the day, that's narcissism, right? That's our reverse king of wands. And this guy, this emperor is not that. This emperor might be a devil. He might be a bit of a shady character. He might even, smoke some weeds, do some mushroom, take a little LSD. Might drive a little faster. But he loves his kids, he loves his wife, he's going to go home, he's going to do his job, he's going to get in a little trouble, but he's a good guy. That's who this emperor is. And this emperor is the guy that didn't find that lady yet. This is the emperor that he's healing. He's healing from this, but that's good. Because this healing is giving him strength. It's showing him what love is. It's helping him reverse what he thought love was. And that in itself is very alchemical. And all of this right here, all of this is going to give him the world and victory. I mean, this is exactly what he wants. This is exactly what he wants. He just wants to be victorious. And not victorious by standing on people and shoving them down, but victorious because he's able to proudly get on his horse and ride in front of everybody with his clothes on. This isn't the emperor who didn't have his clothes on. This is the emperor that got on his horse and said, I did this, and I'm writing into victory, and this is what I want. And it's being able to write into this victory that's going to give him his Two of Cups, because that's exactly what he wants. And it's the strength of knowing that he wants this Two of Cups that helps him to change, that gives him the world, because that's what he wants. He's tired of this bullshit. And that's what he's got to understand, is that this divine feminine that's coming, also just saw divine masculine, so maybe I'm if you are a divine masculine, and either you're gay, pansexual, bisexual, take it as it resonates, okay? Because it started off one way and now we're here because I just got the word DM, because I said DM and then I just saw the word DM, but I meant to say divine feminine. So it might be for someone who also likes men as well. This person is there. This person has been through it. This person, even if they haven't had this kind of hurt, has seen this kind of hurt enough to understand that this kind of hurt is not okay. They are not what you think. They are the complete flip opposite of what you think, and that is gonna freak you the fuck out. So, yeah, devil skipped right over the Hierophant, and the devil skipped over the Two of Wands and the Hierophant. It got down into the Hierophant with the Two of Wands and just took off the blindfold and went, I can see. And that's why it ran down to the one, ran down. And that's why he ran down to the Ace of Swords, grabbed that sword, and ran up to the page, because he's just, that's what he's doing. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going to crash through the wall. I'm not going to go around the wall, which is easier. I'm just going to crash through the wall, because I know I'm not going to get hurt by my own feelings and emotions, because I already know I'm stupid when I review them. And technically, as I'm saying this, it's kind of showing me that if you do that, that allows you to go through a really heavy dark night of the soul by really making the choice to go through all those feelings and emotions and go through those 10 of Swords and into that page, just to really, really heal. Because part of healing is remembering those memories and coming to terms with the fact that you're not at fault for those memories. You're not at fault for those other person's actions. Part of recovery is realizing that this was your fault. This was not your fault. And at some point, you have to add that up and go, how much was my fault? Well, she was screaming. She was yelling. She was throwing stuff. I was standing there. All I said was, hey, what time is dinner tonight, do you think? Do you need any help? And she's throwing shit. That's not your fault. That's an abusive person. And if there's ladies watching, ladies, he got mad because the Campbell soup cans weren't turned the right way. That's not your fault. Sometimes when you're recovering, the hardest part of recovering is realizing what is not your fault. And then accepting what actually is. I know, and I didn't eat anything. I'm hungry. I think this reading was supposed to come out yesterday. It was so late, though. King of Wands. King of Wands has been wanting to come out. This is who you are. You're the man of love. You're the man who plants. You're the man who plans. You're the man of nature. You walk into nature and the trees know who you are, and the wind blows across you, across your forehead and tousles your hair. You are nature. Nature boy. There was a boy. Enchanted boy. You are this king. You are this God of Wands. And that's why you walk into right into victory, because the King of Wands always rides into victory. He's victorious. And he's not a narcissist. Like I said, he's a devil. He is 100% a reverse devil. He's 100% a devil getting in good trouble. he's not a narcissist, and he's not a liar, and he's compassionate. And that is you, dear sweet man. You are kind, and you are good, and you are compassionate. And I don't know if anybody has told you lately, dear sweet man, but you are enough. And you are not too much, and you don't have to be more than what you are in this moment. You just have to be you. You just have to be who you are. Just have to sit in that chair, play those video games, do that crochet, that art, that project, whatever it is that you're doing. What are you building? What little toy thing are you building while you're watching, while you're listening to this? That is enough in this moment. That thing that you're doing, if all you're doing is closing your eyes, that is enough. And you don't have to do more, and you don't have to be more than what you are in this moment. You only have to be you. You are not too much. You are enough. And you don't have to be more than what you are in this moment, in this space of time. And often we forget to tell people that. So, my dear sweet king, I am telling you. Whee! I also feel like you might be getting someone in your life who's younger. I mean, it's a page. I wouldn't think it would be significantly younger, because obviously this page has to run up into being a queen, because, listen, this reverse devil isn't going to deal with an idiot, so only take them so young. I don't think there's anything else. Spirit, is there anything else you want to inform us of, or are we good? On its way. It's on its way. I wasn't even going to take these. This king, who is older, and I'm saying this because I have a king and an emperor, so something is telling me that he's older and younger at the same time. So he could be an old soul in a young body, or an older body with a younger soul, or he could be a really great balance, and I'm honestly wanting to say he's a really great balance. But the latest developments, because, you know, we've had so many developments. I mean, we've gone from one, I've said we need to be in our 3 of Swords, we charged through the 3 of Swords, went to the 2 of Swords, stole our 1 sword, and charged back the fuck up to be the page, right? Charged back up to be this page. Well, let me tell you what. That caused a little stir, but everybody's putting their swords down now. Because someone just got a what for and a told to. Which allowed justice. Which allowed, sorry Oscar, hold on one second, honey. Which allowed justice to come out. This person got justice. This person got amends for whatever fuckery happened. They got amends. They got justice. Swords were laid down. Their justice. They got justice. And now, he's got justice, and there was a delay. The first time I saw this, I saw upright, and then when I looked, it was reversed. Okay, he's got justice, and there's been a bit of a delay. But now he's walking in with his emotions. He's walking into victory with the world. Because for me, yes, this is reverse 8 of Wands, but for some reason, I want to read it as yes, there was a delay, but now the Eight of Wands is incoming. It's the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and victory. It's this victory is incoming, this love, this cups, this emotional. Is coming in. This balance. Nine of Coins, Queen of Wands. Yeah, the Queen of Wands really did take all of his coins. She really did a number on him. I mean, I just, good Lord, keep seeing her come up. Like, yeah, she did that. She did this to him. She broke his heart and she took his money. She took his, now I say money, but I also was told love. So she's taken stuff from him. I'm sorry, Oscar. Hi, baby. Hi, no angel. Here, come on over this side. There you go, I gotcha. Oh, you're a little caught over there. Oh, yeah, it's because you're in my shirt. There we go. Hip kitty. Hip kitty. So, yeah. Yeah, when the swords were finally laid down, justice was had. It just took some time. There was a delay. There was a delay in something. A delay in love, a delay in cups, a delay in something, but then it got turned around, and now the cups are coming in. And into victory. So, my beautiful men, that is for you. That is for you. You are special and you are worthy, and you need to know this, that there is a love out there for you, and that you don't need to flounder and wonder. Because sometimes we let our men flounder and wonder as well. We tell women they should be silly and stupid, which is dumb. But that's the societal norm at the moment. And that too will change, and we just all have to make that effort to understand that this is a group of humans and not just one. You know, it's not all women, it's not all men, it's a group of humans, and they are men and they are women, and they are non-binary. It's the moment we see it like that, the moment we see the good people, the moment we see the helpers, you know. So that, Spirit, is there anything else you got? Is there anything else you need me to say? It's been an emotional, turbulent time for this sweet man. We've had a lot of tears. And make sure that you know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Cry, cry. Crying releases those emotions. You know why women cry so much? Because it releases the emotions. And then we feel better and we feel stronger, because crying out your emotions gives you the strength that you need. What's what makes a wild animal see that you're something. It's what makes a wild animal see that you are just another animal with emotions. Because humans are an animal. When they start going into minutia. Anyway, I don't think I have anything else for you. Spirit's like, hold on, let me see. You guys, I don't think we can tell this guy anything else. He's been here this long now. God bless him. You are loved. You are so loved. Okay. All right. I think we're going to leave it here. All right. All right. I can do that. I can do that. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's give a quick shuffle. Oh. What in the heck? Oh my gosh, like all of these, like, yeah, get ready for your world to be turned inside out. You're not going to know how to get those cards that are not in the right area that they're supposed to be in. Yeah. There we go. I really don't like shuffling them the other way. I much prefer to do it this way. Okay. So, Spirit, you say you want to give a positive message out? Just one card? Okay. There's a positive message for masculine. You're coming into alignment with your dreams. You see the things around you, but you're able to kind of like walk past them and not worry. Like it shows me that you're coming into alignment with your dreams and your wants, where once you were looking up to see what was there, now you're just walking straight forward because you're not worried and looking at what's around you. You're literally, you know, the king of coins upside down is telling me that you're not even looking at the coins. You're not looking at the coins. You're just looking at the emotion. You're just looking at this. You're just looking at this one thing. This one thing. You know, it used to be that you would look up and you would see all 5 coins. You would see all of this stuff, and all of this stuff mattered, but it doesn't anymore. Now you're just like this other person where you just walk past it. You're not looking up at it anymore. You're walking right past it. And because you're walking right past it, you're getting rid of that low vibrational spiritual need for that thing that one thing you're looking for. It's almost like that Pisces-ness of, oh, I must have that. I must have that. It's the newest, the best, the great. No, you're going into that backwards Aquarian where you're like, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. I just need this one. I just need this one. This doesn't mean that you're dating a lot of women and now you found the one, because I hate to tell you, if you're dating 5 women and you're narrowing it down to that one will never be good enough for you because you had to choose from 5. Ladies, he will never pick you. And if he does, he will cheat on you. Men, she will never pick you. And if she does, she will cheat on you. Because you never leave the one you love for the one you like, because the one you like will leave them for the one you love. For the one they love. And that's what cheaters do. That's what people who date multiple people do. That's what people who need to have this perfect package do. Everything on this person needs to be perfect. Well, you know what? They're done with the perfection because the perfection doesn't get them anywhere anymore. They're looking for this. They're looking for the soul. They're looking for the knowledge. They're looking for the abundance of the person, which means that they're not looking for the money. They're not looking for the gold. They don't care about the gold. They don't care about the wealth. They care about the human, the one. It's number one. It's a number one. They just care about the one. They just care about the one human, and that one gift of clarity, that gift of soul, that gift of growth, that gift of cutting through the chaos and the bullshit to just give this one coin. That's all they have to offer. That's all that you want. Exactly. You're done being the king with so many coins and so many options, okay? You're done with this life. You're done with having all the options and looking for all this perfection, right? You're done looking for all this perfection. You're done being this guy. Okay? You are completely done. Instead, you're aligning and you know exactly which cup you're picking. You're walking straight forward rather than looking at these coins because you're not looking for these people. These people don't do it for you anymore. You're choosing not to be this person who looks at only the amount of coins somebody has, but you're looking for the one coin that they have. And if we must say the one ring that rules them all, there you go. And that's what you're looking for. Okay, my friend? So I hope that this has helped you. And I'm now going to go make yogurt and cookies for the... Oh, Kitty hasn't gotten his yogurt either yet today. So I hope that helped you all. And as always, be good, behave, be happy, and please be yourself. And remember, if you need help, to ask, because there is never any shame in asking. There isn't shame in not asking. But if you don't ask, you don't know. And if somebody judges you for asking, then they're the asshole. They're the one that wants to stay stupid. So you don't, because you asked a question. And asking a question is knowledge. So anyway, I love you all. And be good, behave, be happy, be yourself. Good night. God bless you. And we all love you more than you could ever possibly know.